Sometimes the loudest statement we can make is to say nothing and simply walk away. Whether it's stepping back from a toxic relationship, taking a break from social media, or choosing not to respond to provocations, a deliberate silent absence can carry extraordinary weight. But how does such an action ripple through the lives of those around you? Stoic philosophy, rooted in the teachings of Epictetus, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and other ancient thinkers, offers a timeless framework for understanding the profound impact of silence and absence. The Stoics valued rational self-control, virtue, and emotional independence. From their perspective, your quiet departure is not merely an interpersonal tactic, it is a reflection of inner mastery. This essay examines how your silent absence affects others and, just as importantly, how it shapes you. By exploring Stoic ideas such as control of impressions, the dichotomy of control, the power of example, and the cultivation of virtue, we will see that silence and absence can influence others in ways that spoken words never could. 1. The Stoic foundation, control and indifference. 1.1 The dichotomy of control. The Stoics teach that life is divided into two categories: things within our control, our thoughts, choices, actions, and things outside it, other people's opinions, emotions, and behaviors. When you choose silent absence, you are acting squarely within the realm of control. You are deciding how to respond, or not respond, to a situation. What others feel, curiosity, guilt, anger, or confusion, remains outside your power. Yet your very act of withdrawal can stir a range of reactions. 1.2 Preferred indifference. Stoicism does not require total detachment from human connection. Relationships, reputation, and affection are what the Stoics call preferred indifference. They have value, but they should never control our peace of mind. By silently stepping back, you demonstrate that while you value relationships, you will not be enslaved by them. This subtle message often lands more strongly than confrontation. 2. Silence as an ethical statement. 2.1 The language of action. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be." B1. Silence can be action. Instead of endless explanations or arguments, your absence says, "I will not participate in what is not virtuous." For example, if a workplace conversation turns consistently toxic, walking away without drama may say more than any counter-argument. Your absence exposes the pettiness of the situation without a single word. 2.2 Moral gravity. People notice when someone who usually contributes simply stops. In families, friendships, or romantic relationships, a sudden quiet withdrawal can force reflection. Others may ask, "Why did they leave? Was I unjust? Have I crossed a line?" The Stoic does not seek to manipulate these reactions but recognizes that integrity often creates its own gravitational pull. 3. Emotional impact on others. Your silent absence may trigger various emotions in others, ranging from confusion to admiration, depending on context. 3.1 Confusion and curiosity. Humans are wired to notice gaps. When a normally present voice disappears, people feel a void. Curiosity emerges. Are they angry? Did something happen? Your quiet exit prompts them to examine their own actions and assumptions. 3.2 Guilt and self-reflection. If someone senses they caused your withdrawal, perhaps through disrespect or betrayal, your silence can act as a mirror. Without your rebuttal to fight against, they must face their own behavior. Stoics caution against using silence as passive aggression. The aim is not to induce guilt but to preserve your own peace. If guilt arises in the other person, it is their own conscience speaking. 3.3 Respect and admiration. In a noisy world, restraint is rare. Choosing not to engage in petty conflicts can command respect. People may later recall your quiet dignity as a lesson in self-mastery. 4. Stoic exemplars of silent absence. 4.1 Epictetus, the freed slave. Epictetus, once a slave, emphasized inner freedom. Though he taught publicly, he often counseled restraint. His students learned that dignified silence can be more persuasive than debate. 4.2 Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who listened. As emperor, Marcus often faced criticism and political intrigue. Instead of retaliating with words, he practiced measured silence, allowing his actions and character to speak. His absence from petty quarrels reinforced his authority and humanity. 4.3 Seneca, choosing philosophical seclusion. Seneca spent long periods in self-imposed retreat, using solitude to sharpen his mind. His letters describe how stepping away clarified his values and indirectly influenced Rome's intellectual climate. These figures show that silent absence is not weakness but conscious discipline. 5. Practical dimensions of silent absence. 5.1 Personal relationships. In romantic or family disputes, withdrawing from heated arguments can diffuse escalation. Instead of trading insults, stepping back, temporarily or permanently, can lead both sides to reflection. Stoicism advises that we act with justice and kindness, but never at the cost of self-respect. Silence protects your dignity when words would be wasted. 5.2 Friendships and social circles. Sometimes friendships drift into unhealthy patterns of gossip or negativity. Quietly spending less time there communicates your boundaries without dramatic ultimatums. True friends will inquire and adapt, superficial ones may fall away. 5.3 The workplace. In professional settings, silence can signal maturity. Declining to participate in office politics often earns long-term respect. Your absence from rumor-filled discussions sets a standard for professionalism. 6. Psychological benefits for you. Silent absence is not merely a tool to influence others, it nourishes your own mind. 6.1 Self-mastery. Stoicism teaches that freedom comes from ruling yourself. Choosing silence is an exercise in willpower. You resist the urge to defend, explain, or retaliate, strengthening inner discipline. 6.2 Clarity and reflection. Time away from noise allows deeper understanding. You see relationships and situations for what they are, not through the haze of emotional reactivity. 6.3 Protection of energy. Words can drain. By withdrawing, you conserve mental and emotional resources for pursuits aligned with virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. 7. Avoiding the trap of manipulative silence. Stoics distinguish virtuous silence from manipulative silent treatment. The former is about self-respect and rational choice, the latter aims to punish or control others. Key differences. Virtuous silence. Manipulative silence. Seeks inner peace and clarity. Seeks to cause distress. Rooted in self-mastery. Rooted in resentment. Communicates boundaries calmly. Creates confusion to assert power. To remain stoic, your absence must come from reasoned decision, not bitterness. 8. When to break the silence. Stoicism values wisdom, phronesis. Silence is not absolute. If justice, compassion, or duty require speech, the Stoic speaks. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we are social beings meant for mutual help. Breaking silence might be necessary when someone needs guidance or comfort. Injustice continues because no one speaks. Clarity will prevent harm. Silence and speech are both tools of virtue, wisdom lies in knowing which to use. 9. The ripple effect on society. Your silent absence can influence culture. By refusing to join the cycle of outrage, gossip, or constant online noise, you quietly model a different way of being. In families, children learn that not every conflict needs shouting, peace is possible through calm withdrawal. In communities, declining to engage in divisive arguments shows that dignity outweighs the need to win. Online, logging off or refraining from reactionary comments contributes to a more thoughtful digital environment. The Stoics believed personal virtue uplifts the whole community. Your silence may inspire others to value stillness and reflection. 10. Integrating Stoic practices to cultivate silent strength. To practice silent absence in a Stoic way. Daily reflection, like Marcus, keep a journal to examine motives before choosing silence. Premeditatio malorum, anticipate situations where silence may serve you. Prepare mentally. Mindful breathing, when provoked, pause and breathe before deciding whether to speak. Compassionate perspective, remember that others act from their own ignorance and pain. Your silence is not contempt but understanding. These practices ensure that your absence remains an act of wisdom, not avoidance. Conclusion: the echo of absence. Through the Stoic lens, silent absence is more than a tactic, it is a profound philosophical act. By choosing when not to speak or be present, you affirm that your peace and virtue are not hostage to external events. For others, your quiet withdrawal can spark curiosity, self-examination, and even admiration. It may awaken conscience or inspire respect. Yet the Stoic never aims to manipulate these reactions. The purpose is to live in harmony with reason and nature, free from the compulsion to prove or defend. In a world that often confuses noise with influence, your silent absence can be the most powerful statement of all, an echo that lingers in the minds of others long after words have faded.